Welcome to the Master's Moments with Dexter Truesdell, a ministry of Pensacola Baptist Temple in Pensacola, Florida. This is a Bible study podcast where we pause from the noise of life to listen for the voice of God. Over the next few moments, allow the Master to speak to your heart, because these moments could be some of the most important moments of your life.
In Numbers chapter 14, verse 30, we find these words. Doubtless you shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Zephaniah and Joshua the son of Nun. And then in verse 40, the Bible says, and they rose up early in the morning and got them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we be here, and will go up unto the place which the Lord hath promised, for we have sinned. And Moses said, Wherefore now do you transgress the commandment of the Lord? But it shall not prosper. Go not up, for the Lord's not among you, that you be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and you shall fall by the sword, because you've turned away from the Lord. Therefore the Lord will not be with you. But they presumed to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless the ark of the covenant of the Lord and Moses departed not out of the camp. Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelt in that hill, and smote them, and discomforted them unto Hormah. Now in these verses we've read about the time when the children of Israel had come to the border of the land of Canaan, and it was their opportunity to move in and conquer that nation or the nations that were there and occupy the country God had promised Abraham hundreds of years before this time. But when they got there, the spies who went to search the land came back and gave an evil report, and the people decided that they were not able to go in and conquer those great nations, and they refused to obey God. They refused to cross the Jordan River in faith, trusting God to give them the victory. And when they made that decision, God spoke to Moses and told him, you're not going to enter the land of Canaan. This whole generation that came out of Egypt will die in the wilderness and never get to occupy the land that flows with milk and honey. But the people changed their mind the next morning and decided to go and conquer the land. But God, through Moses, told them, it's not going to work. You've waited too late. If you'd obeyed me when you had the chance, you could have won the battle and lived in the land of Canaan. But you've waited too long. The opportunity's over, and you will not win the war, and you will not possess the land of Canaan in your generation. This is an example of people waiting too late. It's an example of too little, too late. And even though they put forth their best effort, they could not accomplish what they could have accomplished if they had set out to obey God when the opportunity presented itself. And much of life is like that. The opportunity comes for us to do something, and if we don't do it at the time when God opens the door and gives us that opportunity, even though we may regret our mistakes and try to the best of our ability to do what God wanted us to do, it will end in failure. Now, I don't have time to go into detail concerning this, but let me give you 3 examples. Number 1, some people have waited too late to influence their children and raise them for God. Proverbs 19:18 says, chasten your child while there is hope. And that means there comes a point when it's hopeless. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old, he shall not depart from it. And brother, if we don't start young and stick with it, we may decide when they get in trouble, I've got to crack down and be a better parent. Most of the time, that doesn't change the child because we waited too late. We're doing all we can, but the opportunity is gone and it's lost forever. For some, the opportunity to apologize and reconcile with people we have offended will pass away. There's a time when it's too late to do that. Many people have offended their parents, talked to them like they were dogs, and they know in their heart they need to get it right, but they keep putting it off. Some have done the same thing to their husband or wife. Folks, listen, Matthew chapter 5 tells us in verse 25, reconcile with them quickly. And that means one day you may say, I'm going to go apologize to mom and daddy. I'm going to apologize to that husband or wife, but it may be too late. They may have passed on into eternity, and you live the rest of your life with the knowledge that you never got reconciled. And then they may say quickly, you can wait too late to witness and win your loved ones. Hebrews 9:27 says, it's appointed unto man once to die. After this, the judgment. We've only got a certain number of years to get them saved. And my friend, many of us keep procrastinating. One day we're going to get burdened. But my friend, death may call them out, and it be too late. All our effort would be in vain, because nothing can reach their ears once they're in eternity. Don't wait too late. Don't wait until the opportunity has slipped away and then try to do what you should have done years ago. I'm Evangelist Dexter Truesdell, and this has been the Master's Moments podcast.
Thank you for spending this time listening to the Master's Moments. If God has spoken to your heart today, don't forget to subscribe and share with a friend. Thanks for listening.